Okay, so the reason I didn't post the 4 videos I said I was going to post is because I fell asleep and I'm just waking up. And what else? Do I got anything else to say? Oh, on my videos here lately, towards the end when I'm about to stop my videos, the sound cuts out. I don't know why, but if it happens in this video, can one of y'all put it in the comments so I can at least try to fix the issue. And with that, let's get into the what if. Where we left off, Belle just got saved by the Sword Princess, Ice Wallenstein. And with that, was about to get saved, but Meliodas took over and did full counter. So where we left off, Meliodas just saved Belle from getting killed again. Let me make sure it's recording. You know. Anyway, with that, Belle takes the gems from the Minotaur and all the wolves that he killed and goes to the that place, the guild hall. He goes to the guild hall. I think that's what it's called. He goes to the guild hall and he turns in his gems. Tells the half elf lady that he ran into a minotaur and killed it. And she said that's impossible. You're just level 1. Minotaurs are usually on the 8th floor and they're like level 2. So there's no way a level 1 could beat a level 2. And he said, well, I did. And he walked away. Like, he grabbed his money and walked away. And then, with the money that he got, he decided to rebuild the castle and go out with lunch with his goddess Hestia. And that's what happens. And they end up going to the cafe where Mamma Mia works. And this is where he runs into what I honestly sometimes think is his big sister. Even though I know it's not. It's just like they both have white hair. Well, hers is more grayish, but still. He runs into her and they end up like having a conversation. Belle ends up telling her that he is a adventurer, and they start talking, and she says, "Well, stop by tomorrow, and I'll have lunch made for you to come to the dungeon with." And he said, "Okay," and that basically was his daily routine after him and Goddess Hestia got done eating lunch. He went back, got his stats checked, and he basically has all the same stats. But no, I'm not gonna give him that yet. I'll give it to him later. Anyway, with that, he goes back into the Oh, and I got one more thing to say. See, I haven't watched Naruto since I was a kid. Like, that's like a long ass time ago. Well, not really, since I'm not gonna actually say my age. I'm gonna say that for a later video. But like, I haven't watched it in like 4, maybe 3 years, something like that. I know I haven't watched it in a while. Basically, I don't know when. I just know I haven't watched it for a while, so I forgot like how the story even goes, what even happened. So what if Belle had the Tin Tails? I'll just do some research on it and see if I still can make a video about it. But if not, that one might not come out, even though I do want it to, but it just might not be able to happen since I don't know that much about the Tin Tails. Uh, but if I can't do the 10 tails, I'll just do what if Belle had the 9 tails, since I do know more about the 9 tails than the 10 tails anyway. And that's really about it. Because I literally thought there was only a nine tails. I didn't know there was just a thing as a ten tails until like that. So I like reread the text and I seen that it was a ten tails and not nine tails. I was like, oh. Anyway, so with that, Bell goes into the dungeon like weekly, and he ends up running into I forgot her name. I think it was no, it wasn't. Fuck, the little fake. I forgot her name. Uh, his supporter. He runs into his supporter. I will rewatch Belle to learn her name because I forgot her name. Great. So with that, he goes and he is getting uh. With that, he like because he did it for a week, and he still has his stat of leveling up faster. Is this the more that he wants to level up, or the more that he wants to get stronger, the more he levels up? And that's basically his skill. And Guardia Hestia did keep this a secret from him. Again, just because it's a little overpowered, and she didn't want him to go around bragging to everybody about his new skill and tell them what it does, because she saw all the other gods will want him, and she is kind of right because they still want him, even though it's based on love. I'm pretty sure it was based on his love, but I don't know if they changed it. Anyway, um, let's see. I don't know if I want to level him up like fast because I know it took him like a while to get leveled up. Like it took him all the way to get to fourth, like 8 just to level up. But like I want him to level up now so he's more prepared for level 8. If he get, I'm just gonna give him his nickname and have him level up to level 2. So his nickname is going to be full counter, or no, his it's going to just be counter because while Sword Princess heard Belle say full counter when he countered the Minotaur, and she basically told her god, and her god told another god, and it basically got all around. And they said also he has like a countering skill that is like a full counter, and they basically said yeah, and they gave him the name full counter, and that's literally all. And when he got to level 2, his stats increased by 5 of whatever I said in the first video. I think it was like 40, 50, 60, 70, and 80. That's his stats I gave him. I think something like that. So those all increased by 5. I know I gave him his knowledge 80. So now he's just super smart. And when he gets into a fighting situation, he can think of the best possibility in a matter of seconds. But just because he knows the best possibility doesn't mean he's going to take that possibility, because he still wants to be a hero just like Belle did in the anime. So with that little introduction, he runs into his supporter and they end up, oh, I forgot, he gets his sword before he runs into his supporter. No, this is this time I'm gonna have it happen. He runs into his supporter and they get around to the 5th floor together just on their own, and they start heading back up, and he's he told Guardia Hester, the I can't say her name, said that she's going to be out for a little bit, and when she gets back she's going to have a present for you. And she said she doesn't know how long she is going to be gone, so don't wait up and just try not to die. He said, I promise, Goddess Hestia. I'm just gonna say Hestia because me saying Goddess Hestia is just a tongue twister every time. So he says, I promised Hestia I won't die. And she says, because like she's just being logical here. She says don't promise stuff that you don't make a promise you can't keep, and he says, but I can keep that, I won't die. And that kind of just made her blush a little bit. I don't even know why, but it did, because I kind of want that to happen. So that made her blush just a little bit, and she said, "Okay, I'm fine," and walked out the castle. I'm pretty sure. I mean, not the castle, the church. I'm pretty sure. Um, I had them repair the church, so people can go there and pray to Goddess Tessia, but it's just kind of weird because they can actually see her when they pray to her. Really, nothing can happen since they can't use their magic, but still, they still do, because I don't know why. Because I remember Belle praying to the gods once in season 2, and I don't know why. If he knows all the gods, basically. My phone was dropped. My bad. I had to catch it. Anyway, so with that, Belle gets to level 2, and I'm pretty sure I'm repeating myself at this point, but and then basically might as well time skip when he has to go deliver the wallet to the girl and the big ape attacks, because I've actually been wanting to do this fight for a minute. So with the big ape attacks, he actually realizes that the ape is after God's Tessia, but he said maybe I can like lower it towards me, and he's a higher level than before, because the first time he was only a level 1 when he beat it. Now he's a level 2, and he hasn't got his stats upgraded for another 2 weeks. But I'm not gonna have him level up yet, because that's just a little too fast even for me. I don't even know what I'll do if I have to level up yet. So, oh, and let's say that he, in the matter of those 2 weeks, he got the Grimoire, and instead of Firebolt, he got something I'm going to call Ice Storm. But he doesn't know that yet, since he knows. Wait, no. I'm pretty sure he can't use the magic stat since he hasn't got it checked out. So he doesn't even know that he has magic yet. So he's just been running around fighting people even though he has a magic spell, but okay. So he runs away, and basically they get cornered again, just like in the anime, and Goddess Hestia upgrades his stats and says, you have the magic skill called Ice Storm. I'm pretty sure Ice Blade. I don't know what I called it. I'm just gonna say Ice Storm. She says you have a magic skill called Ice Storm. Why don't you try that out? And pushes him out and says, I know you can do this. Hands him the sword and says, okay. And this is something interesting I'm gonna have happen. This for now. He ends up grabbing the sword that Goddess Hestia gave him and pulling out Meliodas' sword and charging straight at the beast. And he jumps like from the ground straight up in the air, targeting the beast's head, and he misses, but he hits the mouth guard and making the mouth guard cut and fall off. And then he lands back on the floor, but since he was in the sky, he couldn't dodge, and the beast realized that, so the beast went to go punch him, but Meliodas didn't take over because I don't want him to. Belle realized that that the ape was about to